Welcome to a new What I Eat in a Day. I just had to pause the video before we begin because I wanted to point out that I'm editing this video with Final Cut Pro. Previously, I always used iMovie, but now I'm trying a free trial of Final Cut Pro because I want to see if I like it and if you like it. So please leave a comment if you prefer this type of editing. For this video, it might be quite basic, but I will obviously still use it for the upcoming videos because I have 90 days free. So yeah, let me know and we will begin with the video. So this morning I made a breakfast pie and I had tried this before, but I didn't obviously remember exactly how I did it. So it will be a little, I will write down the correct way in the description and also tell you. But basically first I just covered the bottom of a baking dish with frozen berries. So I used raspberries and blueberries, and then I just lightly thawed them in the microwave. Then I added some honey and mixed that with the berries, and I also mashed the berries at the same time. If you are vegan, like I know most, or not most, but many of my viewers are, you can use maple syrup instead. That is totally fine. And for the next step, I also have a vegan version, but as you can see, I am cracking 2 eggs here. If you're vegan, you don't have to. The mistake I made this time was that I was gonna add half a banana mashed, but I forgot. I didn't remember that I did it last time. But if you're vegan, you can add a full mashed banana, but if you're using eggs, add half. Anyway, it's going quickly. I added oats, some collagen, you can do protein powder. I added ground flax seeds, some spices like sea salt and cardamom and cinnamon. And I believe that was it. Then I just mixed everything. And if you're doing the vegan version, you might have to add like a splash of plant milk or something just to get the right consistency. But then you just want to go ahead and add that on top of the berries, and then you want to bake it in the oven for 20 minutes at 200 degrees Celsius, or I think that's 392 degrees Fahrenheit. While the pie was in the oven, I prepared a topping simply by adding some vanilla protein powder to some Greek yogurt. I feel like I should have done more. I just eyeballed it, but yeah, it was super delicious. And once again, if you're vegan, use a plant-based Greek yogurt and obviously a plant-based protein powder. This was so delicious, but definitely lacked the half of the banana that I forgot, so don't make the same mistake. And it's also high in protein. Even if you're not using eggs, we added protein to the crust because as I said, you can add protein powder if you don't want to use collagen. But as I said, I will put the ingredients and the adjustments in the description box. For lunch, I had leftovers from this very delicious meal that I showed you how I made in another video. I can link it below. This is not like the leftovers from that day, but it's like the same recipe or meal, whatever. But I used red cabbage instead of green. And then I added sauteed kale. And on top of that, I added like a vinaigrette or dressing, whatever you want to call it. And then I topped it all off with some delicious, crispy, roasted chickpeas. This meal looks so simple, but it's so delicious and healthy. So I love it. And it's crispy. That's also why I love it. For dinner, I made a noodle stir fry, and first I added some avocado oil to a pan, and then I added some scallions and garlic. I don't know why I didn't film making this sauce, but I can put the ingredients in the description if I find it. I think I know where it is, but yeah. Then to the pan, I also added some grated carrot and bok choy, which is very rich in calcium. Not the carrots, but the bok choy. And yeah, then I added chickpeas. I know people always think I eat chickpeas all the time, but it's just a coincidence. I've said it before, it's just a coincidence that I have chickpeas when I'm filming, and now I had it twice in one day. I know, but I actually haven't had chickpeas all week, and it's Saturday, so and I don't think I will have it this week. I can't even remember the last time I had it. Anyway, as you can see, I prepared some egg noodles, and I said in a previous video that I had some egg noodles at home that I needed to use very soon, and I would likely do it in an upcoming video, and this is that upcoming video. Anyway, when they were done, I added them to the pan, and then I poured the sauce on top. I probably should have made some more sauce because this barely covered everything, but it still added flavor, so it was still good. By the way, is it just me, or is the sound better with Final Cut Pro? Or maybe it's just because I'm using a different computer, I don't know. Because of the lack of sauce, I drizzled some coconut aminos on top. Then I added half an avocado, and no, that is not mold, it's just a little oxidized in that spot, but I cut it off. And then I sprinkled on some sesame seeds. I got a comment on another video about how I used unroasted sesame seeds. In my case, I added them because I just think it looks nicer when you sprinkle some seeds on top, and you get extra nutrition, some healthy fats, some extra calcium. But if you want to add them for the flavor, you can add them roasted, okay? Like, you have free will. But anyway, that was everything I ate today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give a thumbs up on this video and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video.